Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to my YouTube channel. Thank you so much for your great support always. My name is Rigan. For my returning viewers and also to my new subscribers, I usually appreciate so much for your great support always towards this great channel. So now, Kenyans, this one you won't believe, because there is a press statement coming from the Office of the Director of Public Prosecution, the DPP, whereby it's now telling us more about the investigation into the death of Albert Omondi Ojwang. Remember, Albert Omondi Ojwang is that man who died in a police custody. So it's now coming to our attention that now there is a press statement which now has been issued from Office of the Director of Public Prosecution. So I want us to read this letter. But before we read it, ladies and gentlemen, as we always do, ensure you like the video. If you like the video, you automatically support the work I'm doing in this channel. Otherwise, thank you so much for that like. Let us read this letter, because this letter has something here which will end up you being worried. So now, the letter came from Office of the Director of Public Prosecution, DPP, and it is a press statement. The subject is investigations into the death of Albert Omondi Ojwang. First paragraph is saying, on 10th June 2025, the Director of Public Prosecution, DPP, pursuant to Article 1574 of the Constitution of Kenya and Section 52 of the Office of the Director of Public Prosecution Act Cap 6B, directed the Independent Policing Oversight Authority (IPOA) to investigate the circumstances surrounding the death of Albert Ojwang. The second paragraph is saying, following the directive, IPOA submitted the inquiry file to the Office of the Director of Public Prosecution (ODPP) on 22nd June 2025 for personal and legal guidance. Upon receipt, the DPP immediately constituted a team of senior prosecutors to undertake a comprehensive review of the file. Consequently, the DPP has approved murder charges against 6 individuals. The suspects include the following police officer. The first officer is Samson Kiprotich Talam. Remember, Talam is the OCS of the Central Police Station. Then next is James Mukwana, a police constable. Then Peter Kimani. The other suspects are John Gige Gitau, Gin Amitou Abuao, and Brian Mwaniki Njue. So now, the press statement is continuing to saying the suspects will be arraigned before the Kibra High Court on 23rd June 2025 at 2:00 p.m. to face the murder charges contrary to Section 204 of the Penal Code Cap 63 of the laws of Kenya. The Office of the Director of Public Prosecution remains committed to executing its constitutional mandate in accordance with the rule of law, public interest and administration of justice, Public Affairs and Corporate Communication Division. And it is dated today. So now, that's the letter now coming from the Office of the Director of Public Prosecution, ODPP. But the question is here, because as I've read the letter, I think there's a question coming here. Where is the name of ELIUD LAGAT, the Deputy Inspector General ELIUD LAGAT? Remember, on this letter, we have only around 6 names. The first name is Samson Kiprotich Talam. The second is James Mukwana. Then the third one is Kimani Peter. Fourth one is John Ngige Gitau. Fifth is Gin Amtou Abuao. Then the sixth one is Brian Mwaniki Njue. We have only 6 people here. And now the question emerging up is, where is the name of Director Inspector, Deputy Inspector General ELIUD LAGAT? Remember, ELIUD LAGAT was the complainant, and from his complainant, it led to the arrest of Albert Ojwang. After the arrest of Albert Ojwang was transferred to Central Police Station, where Samson Kiprotich Talam is the OCS, and the police constable James Mukwana, they are there too. So remember, from that complaint which came from DIG ELIUD LAGAT, the same complaint led to the arrest, and again through the arrest it ended up Albert Ojwang being murdered. And to make the matters worse, remember, there is a statement which was being recorded by James Mukwana, whereby James Mukwana said that all the information came from the DIG, whereby the information was passed to Samson Kiprotich Talam, and after Samson Kiprotich Talam received the information, that's where now Samson Talam transferred the information to James Mukwana. So now it means that now the big fish is free, then the small fishes are being fried up. Remember now, the DIG LAGAT, Sai Sasa, is as white as snow. As I've told you earlier, remember, this government will try and play its tactics well and very well. And now it's coming to be clear, because all these names zenye tumesikia hapa from this letter is only 6 names. There is no name of DIG ELIUD LAGAT. And remember, DIG ELIUD LAGAT, there is an information which were being shared in between him and the OCS Kiprotich Talam. Remember the case or the statement which was being recorded by James Mukwana. James Mukwana said that for him, he received the guidance from Samson Talam, and Samson Talam received the information from DIG LAGAT. So that's the chronicle how the things went. So you can clearly tell that now this government is a government where now as a common mwananchi imefika mahali sasa sisi wenyewe itabidi tumejilinda, because if this case of Albert Ojwang could be going like this, remember, we as a common mwananchi, we are not safe at any all, because we needed the justice for Albert Ojwang. But now it has reached a point where now a common mwananchi has been played. Remember, we wanted to see the name of DIG LAGAT to be among these 6, but it's also ironical that there is no name of DIG LAGAT. So it's coming to our sense that now this government, it is true that they are now trying to cleanse DIG LAGAT, and the case is so clear and everything is clear that the complainant was the DIG LAGAT. Even James Mukwana came out to record the statement, saying that for him he received the instruction from Talam, whereby Talam told him that for me, I have received the information from DIG LAGAT in order to mobilize and find people who will torture Albert Ojwang. So you can clearly tell that now where we are now, the government is trying to play the game, and I think their game is going to be successful, because for now we as a common mwananchi, we don't have a voice. Remember, even Boni Halwale requested for the DIG LAGAT to be arrested. Here is the video.
Mliona juzi? Polisi amekeuka, sasa yeye ndio anashika watoto wetu, alafu anaua. Your Excellency, hawa watu hawawezi kufurahia serikali kama askari wako ndio wanaua watoto wao. Wanasiasa, muachane na kutetea polisi wenye wanaua watoto. Mutuungane na nyinyi, tusukume hao polisi, yule mwenye ameua, uanze na hiyo mkubwa anaitwa ELIUD LAGAT, DIG. Tushike, tufunge, mali yenye alikuwa anaiba, tuuze, turudishie serikali, ndio polisi warudi kuchunga maisha na mali yetu.
So as if that is not enough, so many leaders requested for Albert Ojwang to be arrested. But I think all those requests or all those demanding, serikali ili end up kufunga masikio. Up to now sasa ndio tumejionea ukweli mambo hapa si rahisi. Kwa sababu even if the people stormed the street telling the government that they must deliver the justice to the family of Albert Ojwang, it's now coming out that even the government didn't listen to the demanding and the request. So for now, what I can clearly tell that they are now crucifying those juniors, but the senior, they are there flying free. So now this case of Albert Ojwang, it's so complicated, because to make the matter worse up to now, remember Albert Ojwang, kulikuwa na ile fundraising yenye walimchangia pesa na the wananchi led by Team Sisi kwa Sisi. So now remember that money which was sent to the father of Albert Ojwang, hiyo money now it's coming out that hiyo money imevanish out. Hiyo pesa haijulikani mali iko mpaka sahi. And remember, this comes after the father to Albert Ojwang came out to thanks or to thank William Samoei Ruto for at least kumtumia kakitu. So that means that now this government is trying to play something here, because hii pesa yenye Baba Albert alitumiwa before pesa our leaders wengine ikuje, hii pesa imeenda wapi? Because up to now we are receiving the information that money which the father to Albert Ojwang had on his phone, which were being contributed by the common mwananchi, I think it is 4.something million. It has now vanished. Meaning that now this case of Albert Ojwang, they are trying in order to make the father of Albert Ojwang remaining stranded. Because first, the father of Albert Ojwang was demanding for the justice. After that, tuliona that this government walifanya so many things hapa katikati. Mara Baba Albert akapelekwa kuona Johnson Sakaja, mara Baba Albert sija akapelekwa wapi, mambo ya haraka kidogo tunaona the 2 million is coming from William Samoei, 1.5 million is coming from Raila. So you can clearly tell that they tried something here to confuse the father of Albert Ojwang. But now it's coming out clearly that the thing which they were trying already is a success, because the main person or the main character is not among these people who has been listed by the ODPP, because ODPP has only listed 6 people. So the question is, where is DIG ELIUD LAGAT? So now you can clearly tell that now the thing which now the government is trying to do here, I think it is a game here. Because remember this phone of there was a phone which was being confiscated from OCS Talam, and this phone ilipeanwa kwa IPOA. So remember, the strongest evidence linking ELIUD LAGAT to Albert Ojwang's murder is his communication with the Central Police Station, OCS Talam. Because even James Mukwana came out to tell the people that he received the instruction from OCS Talam. And on the side of OCS Talam, it's clearly indicated that OCS Talam received the message from DIG ELIUD LAGAT. So here, the strong evidence linking ELIUD LAGAT to Albert Ojwang's murder is the communication with the Central Police OCS Talam. And that's why tumeona kumekuwa na mchanganyiko hapa katikati. Because last time tuliona IPOA ilikuwa summoned pale kwa koti. Waseme ni kivipi hii simu ya OCS Talam bado inaonekana inafanya kazi in which ilikuwa confiscated. Na IPOA ndio walikuwa na hiyo simu. So meaning that they were trying to do something here. Because hii simu ilichukuliwa ndio. IPOA ikakuwa nayo. So iliendaje how did it end up that the phone of OCS Talam is still operating rather than being switched off? So now IPOA pia walicheza mchezo hapa. So the story of Talam's phone was used to extort money, while IPOA had it locked up as evidence. Remember, the phone to OCS Talam was taken by IPOA and locked up for evidence. And now is a trick by the NIS to convince the court to order the release of the phone to the DCI. So wanajaribu kucheza mchezo hapa. Because the way nimewambia, the strong evidence linking ELIUD LAGAT to Albert Ojwang's murder is his communication. Now what they are trying now to do is only to get away with this information, because this information ikipatikana, it will be so critical. So that means that that phone has crucial evidence that ties LAGAT to a murder. If that phone is discredited, LAGAT gets away with murder and his junior carry the cross for him. LAGAT is a crucial player in Ruto's survival. So much so that he would rather let Kenya burn than see LAGAT go to jail. And that's why you are now seeing that William Samoei Ruto and his partner, they are trying their level best in order to make sure that ELIUD LAGAT is free. What's your opinion? Drop it at the comment section. Otherwise, thank you so much for your great support. Consider subscribing, liking, and sharing. Let's meet in another video for more updates.